My name is Juan De La Vega. I'm the market sales director for Ohio and Pennsylvania. I've been with Security National since December of 2020. I've been in final expense a total of going on 11 years now. So digital leads are an alternative lead source to mailers. The reason that I like digital leads so much is that they're very, very fresh. When you turn on a lead order, they start filling immediately within 24 hours. And generally, you'll have an order of 40 leads inside of a few days to a week. When you get the lead order, it'll have the name, the address, phone number, but they also put in their age and date of birth, as well as height and weight. So there's a lot of information that you can utilize at the door to verify that, yes, you did put this information. I'm not psychic, you told me your height and your weight. And also on there is the dates that they were on. So that's very helpful to help again to solidify this is when you were on looking for this information. So digital leads are unique in the way that in order to have the highest success with them, my experience has been you have to get face-to-face with the client. So many agents are working digital leads, telesales. And the problem is this: the minute that the person turns on that request, their phone is just bombarded. Their phone just won't stop ringing. And the clients that I've been face-to-face with just block the numbers. They're not answering any of those numbers. So from my experience, the most effective way is to take the lead and work it like a mailer. The difference is you don't have a lead with their handwriting on it. That's what a mailer lead has. You just have this information that they put in online, and that's what you have to use at the door to validate and verify that you are who you are, and I did receive your request. So the approach that I've been using at the door, and I've been teaching to my agents that have been having some success with it, is simply this. You look at the lead and you try to get an approximate idea of what time and day that they did request the information. So if you look at the bottom of the lead, I'm looking at one here, and they sent it in on the 14th at 11:12 in the morning. All right, now the time zone might be off, but this is more of a morning request. So I'm going to go to the door in the morning. I'm going to knock it, and this is Jerry Mitchell. So I'm going to knock on the door, and I'm just going to say, "Hey, Jerry, how you doing? My name is Juan, licensed with the state of Ohio." So Jerry, a couple days ago, you were online looking for information about final expense plans, and my guess is the phone probably hasn't stopped ringing since you did that. Am I right? They always chuckle and they just say, "Oh my God, I wish I'd have never done that." And I say, "Jerry, listen, I understand I'm not giving my information to anybody over phone, and this is exactly why I'm here. I'm here to make sure you know that you're dealing with a real person, licensed with the state of Ohio. 2, my job is to make sure I get you the information you requested and that it's accurate. And once again, you know that you're dealing with somebody who is local. So this only takes a couple minutes to go over. Jerry, where's a good place to sit?" It's surprising when I bring up the fact that your phone has not stopped ringing off the hook. They smile, say it only takes a couple minutes. We were just out the other day and sat down with both people right away. So both of the digital leads that we were able to get in front of, we sat with on their porch immediately. But the objections that you're going to get in the door is that I didn't want anybody coming to my house. I wasn't expecting anybody coming to the door. And again, you address it. I understand completely. But once again, that's exactly why I'm here. If you try to do this over the phone, do you really feel comfortable giving your social security, birth, and your banking information to somebody that you don't know who they really are? No. And again, that's exactly why I'm here. I know I caught you off guard, but I promise the time that we spend is going to be beneficial to you and your family. Sometimes I'll get someone with an objection that says right now's not a good time. And and that's an easy one, because then you just set up an appointment to come back. I'm going to be in this area all week, Jerry. Listen, what works best for you? And you go that route of today. Or if they say, I'm going to be busy, I have a doctor's appointment. Well, that's great. I'm going to be in the area all day. How about if I put you on the end of my schedule and I swing back through about 6 or 7 p.m.? Is that a little bit better? So I'm always trying to come up with solutions. Every now and then you're going to get somebody that says, well, no, I don't want to do this in person. I don't want anybody at my house. I understand completely. Listen, the most important thing is that you've met me now. You know that I'm a real person licensed with Ohio. We can do the entire process by phone if you're more comfortable. Let me verify your phone number. And we find out that the phone number that they gave us was bogus. And now I got a real phone number. And then what's best for you, mornings, afternoons, or evenings? So it's all about just being a professional, expecting these objections at the door and just being seamless, and just keep rolling straight through it. So so far, that's been my experience with these. So in the playbook, we have avenues of opportunity. And one of the avenues of opportunity is the nosy neighbor. If Jerry says, I'm not interested, right now's not a good time, whatever the objection may be, take a peek around the neighborhood and you're going to see somebody. It's beautiful right now. It's 80 degrees outside, so everybody's out on their porch cutting grass or whatever. A closed mouth never gets fed. So you've got your shirt on, you have your ID badge, and now you have Jerry's name to name drop. So all I do is I just go over and I'll say, hey, how you doing? Do you mind if I give you some information? I was just over helping Jerry, your neighbor, take care of her final expenses. Now, even if we never sat down, it's okay. Is it okay if I is it okay if I give you information because I was just over helping your neighbor with some information? And at that time, you just simply again, I'm the benefit coordinator for this area. My job is to make sure that you and all your neighbors are prepared. Lord forbid you should pass away. So if you don't mind me asking, what do you have in place? What happens if you pass away? Who's taking care of what? What do you have in place? And then just start having a conversation with them. And you'll be amazed how many people out of the blue just say, oh my God, we were just talking about this. This is kind of crazy that you're here now because we were just talking about this. Awesome. Where's your husband at? It's all an energy thing, and it's all about being professional. So the nosy neighbor, we utilize that completely whenever we're dealing with digital leads or mailer leads or anything. When we do break past the first part, I'm sure you've been bombarded by phone calls. My job is to take a peek at your policies, make sure you have the right type of coverage in place, and make sure that you're not overpaying for coverage. So listen, I'll give you 10 minutes of my expertise, and if it looks like everything is good, again, we'll shake hand and part as friends. But if I do notice an issue or a discrepancy, I do want to bring it to your attention. And again, better to catch it now than later on down the road. Make sense? All you want to do is just use the digital lead to open the door to let you just take a peek. Once you're there, you do what you do. And guess what? I've sat with people that had everything in order. All right. So if you have everything in order, you have enough insurance, you have your services paid for already, I take it a different step and I pat them on the back. I say, listen, it thrills me to know that you have everything taken care of. But you know as well as I do, there's always one or two people in every family that's not as well. Give me two names of somebody that you know in your family, and I don't care if they were, just had a heart attack or a stroke or diabetic, and I start naming some of the illnesses, and that triggers them to say, oh my goodness, I've got someone who's diabetic taking insulin. You can help that person? Absolutely. You're in good shape, but let's help somebody in your family so this way when they pass away, they don't have to pass around the plate and ask the family for help. They can help themselves. And a lot of time I'm getting referrals off of somebody who's got everything in place already. So like I said, you take a digital lead and it's just an opportunity. As the nosy neighbor, you pat them on the back and say, congratulations for having everything in order. But you know as well as I do, in every family, there's one or two people who are not as prepared as you. Let me help them. So this way they don't have to reach out to the family with an open hand. There's opportunities everywhere. If anybody does have questions about how to run digital leads or approach or want to do a one-on-one, reach out to me. I'm easy to find. So my phone number is 412-657-4680. And I'm usually busy during the day. I'll tell you that. The best time to catch me is in the evening. But if you give me a call, we'll sit and we'll just break it down. I'll ask you what you've already been doing and just get out there and do it. And then let's do a follow-up call and see if you got different results with what we've been talking about on this.